is getting away with a free drink. So
you're right. You're 100%.
I called that. That's the safe word. People say beer. Buy me beer. It's all over. They won. I go, yeah, you won. You're smarter than me.
I only forget you weren't here. I'd give you some of my own. I brew beer with a buddy of mine, and it's been our thing since we got out of college. So
awesome. Well, listen, dude, it was great talking to you, and good luck. Try to find some different sources of information to add to where you go to for information. I think it's helpful. Just mix it up. Just mix it up.
You as well.
Yeah, I do. Well, I don't do YouTube, though.
Yes, sir.
But I do it. All right, pal. Good talking to you.
You too.
Take care. Well, there you go. I mean, like, you can talk to people. And listen, had it been a longer conversation and we got into more specifics, there are data points. But again, it comes back to this issue of where are you getting your information? I think that's really important. And that's a big deal. Anyways, that was a Trump supporter, and we had a undecided, and we had a Biden supporter. Kind of cool. We kind of just did the whole thing. Anyway, I am kind of jazzed on being able to talk to people like that. It's just like, it's an incredible way to have like a little anecdotal survey on things. But, you know, I do want to say one thing. We are not that different. That guy and I are not different. We're not different. We may grow up in a different place, and he may drink a different beer than me, but the truth is, we're pretty similar. And if we possibly agreed more on where to get information, we probably have relatively similar views, but we go to different places. And I think it's important to engage in a dialogue. Now, he came really at me with really like a gentle diplomatic quality, so there was never like fight quality going on there. But it's just, I encourage everybody out there to engage with people you don't agree with. And you know what I would say? There's a method. First, understand them first. Then be understood. Go second. Then see if you guys can come up with any agreements. Maybe you can. But simply acknowledging people's opinions sometimes goes a long way. And it's kind of almost a prerequisite for people to change their opinion, is when you acknowledge their opinion. So it's kind of, I don't mean to be parochial about this, but it's making me a little crazy because we're not able to talk to each other. So anyways, I'm going to answer a couple more questions. And anyways, I'm just glad you guys kind of hung in there and talked to us about that. Let's see. Hey, I enjoyed the listen. A Canadian. Good. Well, you know, you Canadians are like super polite. Just like, come on, know how to talk and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, us Americans like to do things at the most dramatic levels. We put on a good show. My cue. Oh, no, it went back. So that was a friend of mine who called, and I thought, my stuff is still here. Good. Okay. So anyways, listen, have I already voted? The answer is no. I have not already voted. Did you have a quarantine on the return to the U.S.? No, I do not have a quarantine when I return to the U.S. Do you think Congress should have term limits? I think probably. But listen, you know one thing that nobody wants to talk about is we get what we deserve. We get what we deserve. And if you're not paying attention to issues, you don't know about your issues, then we get what we deserve. And if you want to vote a guy continually in office and you think he's doing a great job, you get what you deserve. So the truth is, what we have to be careful about is taking these stupid little McNuggets of information instead of talking about long-form information. Long-form information. You got to listen to longer discussions that are more complex, deeper, and more nuanced. And it's kind of interesting. But I know we're all busy in our lives, but you got to do that. If you don't do that, you're not going to make the right and an informed decision. So that has to be done. And so I encourage everybody to stay away from all that bullshit. Social media format for information. You got to be really careful. But anyways, let's see, one more question. Did you get a haircut not get a haircut, but it was raining. Maybe the rain made my hair a little bit. And let's see, a couple more things. Do I collect anything? Stamp toys? I collect. I don't really collect. I used to collect a lot of art and antiques, and they all burned in the fire. So when I think about it, it makes me kind of sad. But I'm not gonna get teary on you guys. How is Jason? Jason's great. Jason's always good. Jason's good. In fact, I think I may go have dinner with him right now. Anyway, let's see. One person talks about compulsory voting like they do in Australia. Yeah, you can do that. But I kind of don't totally agree. I kind of think that you can't figure out how you should be registered to vote. Maybe you shouldn't. I kind of have a weird feeling. I feel like you got to make some basic energy and effort, just like you do to read up on information. So let's see. What else do we have? We have just a couple. Thank you that you said you were sorry that my house burned down. I appreciate that very much. And it is what it is, in the words of our president. And, you know, I don't know. What's on my shirt? I don't even know what this is. It's just like an old shirt. I don't even know what it means. I just like the colors. And it's some dude holding like this bank robbing money. So whatever that is. Anyway, I'm probably going to sign off here pretty soon. You guys are welcome to ask me a few more questions. Pick me, please, for interview, please. Okay, well, Katrina, can you tell me why I should pick you? Because I kind of did what I wanted. So, let's see what else we got. Where do you like to get your information? I think good question. Okay, so I try to mix it up. So what I do is I read the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal, and you read the op-ed pages in particular. The op-ed page of the Wall Street Journal is really gone to shit, and that's because Rupert Murdoch bought it, and they actually started drinking the Trump Kool-Aid. They were always like a really great voice of mid-center business interests in the United States, and they've gotten kind of, I don't know, they really drank the Kool-Aid. They're starting to like allow like these guys like Ron Johnson to have articles in the Wall Street Journal that are just cuckoo bullshit stuff, like partisan ranting. Conversely, the New York Times op-ed paper is also having their issues because they've gotten to a place where they're so goddamn politically correct that they won't publish sometimes articles from people of opposing views, and the last one being Tom Cotton, Senator Tom Cotton, whose article was fabulously stupid, but, I mean, you can still give it some format. But a lot of people got fired over that. They got into this place where it was like, whatever. Tom Cotton doesn't like I think the 1612 project or whatever. I don't remember the exact date, but he doesn't like the project. He was talking about it. It has racial overtones, what have you. So anyway, so I read those two things. But the truth is, The Economist, ironically, is probably the best place to get your information. And mercifully, it's not always about the United States. They talk about the entire world. That's pretty awesome. So read the Economist. Look at the New York Times. Look at the Wall Street Journal. Also, check out Foreign Affairs Quarterly. That's really important. Our position in the world is one of the key reasons I'm not voting for Trump. He has really, really fucked us on the world stage. And we have, completely walked away from a position of power and authority that helps shape where the world goes and everything else. I just do not understand it for the life of me. It's not that we have to be involved in wars, to the contrary, but he has made people, for the first time ever, We don't want them laughing at us. That's what's happening. Ironically, he ran on that. Okay, one other person says, whoa, okay, what else do we have? Okay, what is it? Do you think America is a bit insular and it affects your internal politics? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first of all, geographically, it's one of the reasons that we're so kind of, how would I say it? We are, I want to say ethnocentric, but I say ethnocentric in the American way, not in any particular ethnicity, but ethnocentric is like the Americans are ethnocentric. We are removed from Europe, we're removed from the rest of the world. We have Canada to the north. They are not that much different than us. We've got Mexico to the south, and we're building a wall. Keep them out. They're really scary people. Jesus, they're going to build a wall to keep us out pretty soon. Anyway, it is a key reason that there's a very disturbing amount of people don't have passports in the United States. It shows you how little they've traveled. So yeah, that's kind of a big deal. But it's always been. America has always been really isolated. And I have always said this, and I spent a year at a really fancy, snobby college in Paris, the Sorbonne. And they talked about America, like, you're Americans, you're American, and I would have arguments all the time. And I would say, look, I will take American character over European intellect any day, because American character usually arrives at the right choice. And I can't say that's true with European intellect. World War I and II. So that was my argument. I've only recently had to kind of walk back from that conversation, because I'm kind of like, actually, I think that we really made a mistake here that I can't explain, where American character is like, we should not have gone this direction. So we'll see what happens in this election and whether we make a course correction, and then I can then once again have faith in the American character. But right now, I have, for the first time, kind of had to pull that back a little. So, anyways, hello, Aggies. Anyways, listen, I am going to get off, much to your pleasure. And I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. I will try to make an announcement as to when I'm going on. We'll do a different time. This has been kind of fun going on this time, but I think I'm going to try to stick to that early afternoon time, East Coast. Tends to work pretty good. Anyways, you guys are awesome. We appreciate it. Love talking to you guys. Stay safe. Love your friends and family. And remember, we're all in this together.
I'm pulling for you. Red Green Show.